creation, a world on the brink. In the age of sorrows, dangers abound, and cataclysms loom on the horizon. But it is not without heroes. The Exalted, those chosen and empowered by the mightiest of the gods, are all around the world. They have, and can, pull it back from the precipice of oblivion. That is when they aren't too busy fighting each other. Now, Chills as Aura.
I need some cough drops. Can anybody help him?
Korak as Lythander.
He made me experience hot time, dude!
Elatos as Gavel, the hammer of the Yozi.
What's that coming out of the ocean? It's giant alligators!
And Gamer X as everyone else. Under the sea, da 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 da. Under the sea, da 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 da. Down where it's better, down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Must
Yo, was
band
that
together.
was that a No More Heroes 3 reference?
Must band together to save the dreaming sea, and perhaps reality itself, for the greatest threat creation has ever known. All this and more on FateBreakers.
Do-do-do-do.
Welcome to Act 5, the finale begins here.
Oh,
finale
here we
of,
go.
What do you mean we're in the finale? The finale.
We've been running this campaign for more than 2 years. It can't go on forever. Okay,
I think
that's
we
gonna
all
be a pain in the
hit
ass.
that perfectly 3 times in a row.
Thank God we did. Hopefully that'll get patchy somehow, given that the editing nightmares have been piling up. And of course, now my microphone chooses the time to fall over, but thankfully it didn't stop the recording
Yeah,
this
I
time.
don't know what... Like, I'm glad that I caught it now and not, like, 20.
Oh yeah, that would have been catastrophic.
I was honestly considering asking you, Korak, if your thing was still rolling, so either way.
Constellation of Broken Fates. What happened last time? I don't think that's the correct name that you gave me, sir.
Potato, ficata.
Constellation of Broken Crowns, what happened last time? That sounds a little more accurate. What happened last time, you say? He was a 7 out of 10.
Yes.
So, would you care to be more detailed about it? You're the one who insisted on fading to black in this podcast and not exactly discussing what happens behind closed shores, shall we say?
Yeah, Lythander decided to get STDs.
Yeah, space-transmitted diseases.
Yeah. I now have a xenomorph morph in my tum-tum.
Well, Exalts can get supernatural diseases. I don't know if those are supernatural STIs, but anyway, yeah, last time, the gang fought a literal star from the sky, and not just the Sidereal that was her backup.
And
Through
I
using-
decided to risk my own body for it.
In order to, not fucking die, yeah, they had to use, the Soken Sash over the Iron Fist, shall we say. Lythander had sex with her.
Yes.
No
Lythander,
chance
for your
beating around the
brave
bush.
sacrifice. There is no other way to say this without including the proper amount of detail, without including any less detail. Unfortunately.
See,
Yeah, especially because Lythander now...
I split apart. Shores aplenty.
Thank you,
I went
Lythander.
into the valley
Thank you, Lythander.
and made love to the cherry that was sitting in the valley.
Jimmy?
Jimmy?
His name is now Jimmy, I guess.
No.
My name is
yeah.
Jimmy Pesto. Well, I'm here for the
Also, the
Parmesan.
gang-
You are through.
Yeah, also the gang liberated Madara.
Yeah, I conquered. I
Yes.
conquered Madara. I conqued Madara.
gave it back.
Uchiha.
We gave it back.
Sasuke.
Yeah, a coastal town that the Empire of Prasad economically took over about 8 years ago, apparently in the timeline, has now been liberated by the team backing the Tiger's Nest Coalition. expelled both the dragon-blooded defenders of the city, killing some. A few of them managed to get away, but you just honestly kind of lopped the head off the garrison commander who was there. Unfortunately, you did not come out of that conflict. I would say it was a costly victory, to use strategy game terms. Half the team has some flavor of dramatic injury now.
Yeah.
Imagine
My
that.
bones are rocks, and also I'm dying. Please help.
I had no
Gavel
dramatic
is also
injury.
dying, please help.
I took no damage.
Oh yeah, Gavel got hit with the shrink ray. Thanks
right.
to the star magics. Aura, her bones are now rocks, as previously described. And then there's Spider.
I believe I took
Oh, you
two
mean the
dramatic
vase?
injuries, but we healed.
Yeah, the vase.
But we healed. I took 2 dramatic injuries, but we healed one of them mid-combat because of some particular reason. I don't remember what it was.
You actually only took the 1 dramatic injury. You actually just went to Incap and got knocked out for like the last third
No,
of
it
the
was
fight.
in the first. No, remember the first fight, the one we did before with the dragon.
Yeah, your bones are rocks. That's still there.
Yeah, and then also I had one of my attributes lowered.
Oh right, yeah. She stole your economy. She stole your resources.
The action
My
economy?
influence.
Oh no! How are we gonna upload our
But,
YouTube
yeah.
channel?
And my finesse. I also have less finesse because of
Yeah, Spider just decided to kept on hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting the fun buttons, and in doing so, that Eclipse Oath he broke a while back finally came due in the form of the settings, arguably one of the settings' strongest martial artists just deciding to lop all his limbs off. Giving him the and then turning him into a potted plant.
Thank you for making
And
it
also-
so that I don't have to kill him now.
Are you going to leave him as a potted plant?
We probably shouldn't. We should probably,
We probably should, is what you're saying.
we might need him to fight other things in the future.
But what if you did?
But he's weaker than us. He's now weaker than us, and he will never
True.
get stronger.
Your allies have been keeping essence parity with you. Like, Nue is the same essence rank as you guys, except Nue also isn't as bloodthirsty.
True.
Instead, she's just horribly traumatized. But anyway.
Imagine being traumatized by anything. Couldn't be Lythander, who's very traumatized for the actions he's done. He misses his husband.
Yes.
Wait, I don't have a
Speaking of
husband
which, Lythander, you take a health level of injury as Amir projects you with more angry divorce messages.
Aww.
Can I just decline it?
Not yet, no. We need to do, like, sorceress magics in order to block
Can
his
I,
angry
can
crit
I send
summons.
him one back?
That's a solar charm he's using.
Can I corrupt the message ways with necromancy to deal damage to him?
No.
Why can I use sagacity to do that?
Okay, you can go ahead and roll a fortitude sagacity check to see if you can come up with any counter, as you still take the health level of damage.
What if I just simply tell him... What if I just simply don't care anymore, so I don't take the damage?
The damage is from the message being sent your way at all, via comboing with the white veil shit.
Alright, let me... So I'm gonna tap my intimacy of hatred towards Amir.
Mm-hmm.
8 successes.
Okay. A couple of things come to mind as you cough up a bit of blood as you walk out of the surf. And no, that's not from Connie. This is from seeing the Amir divorce. Actually, because you still have exposure to some of Connie's essence still lingering around you, if you call back your one-night stand, she might be able to help you block the angry texts.
Hey, excuse me, darling. Can I ask you for a favor here?
We could say that sagacity check is part of the prayer roll you have in order to pray for help with your one-night stand.
Okay. What else do I have to roll?
This would be part of a... Actually, No, that wouldn't actually be part of the adventure. She would be able to shield you from that specific method of attack for now. I think that was your second to last health level before going down, too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Would now be the time for the funny thing? No, I've beaten up on you guys enough, and I think that
Do it.
that would knock you out from even more damage from a second party using a
Do it, or I'll
remote
call you a
observe from
coward.
afar using infertile.
Do it or you're a coward.
Okay, alright, the secondary target is gonna roll read intentions on Lythander from across reality. Let's see if this pierces your resolve, though, because there's a chance it doesn't.
I have a resolve of 3. There's no chance it.
Oh my goodness.
He only rolled 2.
I stand corrected.
Well, I tried.
I stand corrected.
As piggybacking on the top of Amir's own angry text, you feel the fires of hell encircle your mind as someone is attempting to psychically project and connect with you to read your actual thoughts. Unfortunately for you, you're a lunar goddamn exalted, and you have enough presence of mind and animal tricks to, I don't know, put up temporary hyperdense bone walls or whatever to block the signals.
Little did they know, I needed to be hard-headed to do stuff with Connie.
That would have dealt 3 levels of aggravated damage.
That would have killed me.
The aggravated damage, as a reminder, can only knock you out. You're out of combat.
Gotcha. Can only be healed through
Your magic, yeah. Or similarly powerful magics. Now is probably when we catch back up with the closing scene of last time, of everyone reuniting in the Madaran council chambers, probably overseeing the reconstruction effort. The camera pans across a visibly moat-drained and fucking exhausted, but otherwise able to at least walk around. She's lost like half her health levels of, fuck, the name of the girl who's been with you for the, Nue.
Nue?
Yeah. Then we pan across to Gavel. And by panning across, I mean the camera zooms back in as she is now about just over a foot
stack.
tall. Yeah.
She's a short stack.
Yeah.
Minda, eat your heart out.
Panning over to a vase that a bunch of the Ashen Ones are just kind of awkwardly holding. In the same sense, one would hold something very unclean like a small animal corpse. Because it is still currently twitching and wriggling. And one of the guys actually does get a very fucking severe gash across the finger from the spider plant's thorns. And does need to sub out for someone else to get it bandaged. Then we pan across to Aura, probably in the same Pym pose, with all the dramatic injuries and your bones being rocks.
Help me!
And that's when Lythander just slides into frame, also in the same pose.
And so he's sitting in the chair like a king that just...
It's like, have you ever been, have you ever
Oh
been
no,
in, like,
Lythander
a
is
really
like
long
that, never
bus
mind,
ride?
yeah.
What, sorry?
Like a really long have you ever been in like a really long bus ride where you're not able to sleep, so you're just like sitting like with your arms leaning on your knees, and you're just like sitting awake looking at the ground?
Yeah, disassociating. Oh, that's you?
That's me.
Alright.
Unblinking, looking at the ground.
I think Nue just reiterates, we did win.
At what cost? I can't feel my balls, Nue. Can't feel my balls!
Yeah, that's your mistake for having them in this cycle. Structural weakness, I say.
I'm done.
I have a thug. I used to say that. Help! Help! I see it's hard.
Hello?
Hello? I'm still here. I think there was just an in-character silence. Like, we are now
Don't get
in...
me wrong. I'm glad we did win. I'm just... Oh, my God.
Yeah, this is... The whole gang right now is in the fucking Avengers shawarma scene. You know the one.
I wish,
Actually, I don't, because...
I wish I was more used to this. I haven't felt this kind of pain in a while. Oh.
I wish I used some goat skins.
I would like to say that you get used to it eventually, but... you really don't.
Man, I don't know who had it worse here. The person who's turned this. The person who turned the dad, the person who got sick stack, and the person who had to have a lot of sex with the eldest guy says that the other he can live.
I was wondering what that smell was coming off you. Was she any good?
I can't feel my palm. I'm
So either very good or very bad. Not much wiggle room there.
I can never have sex with another woman again.
I'd like to think in comparison we all got off easy.
Yes, you did. I had to say this. If it went for my chicken face, you would be dead.
Gavel's gonna try and roll over to strangle Lythander.
Lythander,
Hi there.
never let it be said. Lythander, never let it be said that you're not a risk taker. I'll start actually berating you on the stupid shit you do. Stop saving our lives. Somehow, some way, it keeps saving our lives. And I'm grateful for that.
Dark-eyed Stargazer is in the room and, is just giving,
Hello. How are you?
I'm just imagining this is the facial expression Lythander is giving because I did reveal that Connie is Stargazer's patron.
I see a cool skateboard trick that he did.
Did you fuck my patron, Sans Undertale?
I did a cool trick that he did. Have you seen that meme of saying
No.
the skateboard on Toriel's breast?
Oh my!
I have not.
I don't think that's a Undertale exclusive thing
No,
for
it's
that
Deltarune.
one, but
It's still
No, it's Undertale TAIL exclusive. That's the exclusive
Goodness.
Undertale porn tag.
Indeed. But I think it's also beyond that because I've also heard the doing kickflips of like a tech deck on like a girl's breasts. I've heard that
was like
outside of.
That was like the commercial for like Need for Speed. What was the name of that one? There was a Need for Speed where they put big tiny cars on big woman.
I don't know. I don't think it was Hot Pursuit.
Should we play some Burnout?
That might have been that.
Or Burnout 2 on the PS2?
It's at this point when the cat glides into the room, and I say glides because there's only half the cat left. It was not just the player characters that got hit real hard in that session. This is a fucking pain in the ass. I'm going to need to staple some human parts to me to repair this, and my maker won't stop crying now that she's seeing her beloved Fluffy wounded like this. No matter how much I tell her I can stitch myself back together. It seems like none of you got off much easier.
I don't have a hangover. It got turned off. I didn't know if you had pincers down there too. I didn't know if you had cats literally.
What?
This is how I imagine Lythander's head looks like right now.
Yeah.
That's not
Which head? Yes. In any case, to avoid breaking yourself up is reading too much, Stargazer tears his eyes away from Lythander in disgust and just kind of rubs his eyes.
Get the second at the beautiful thing that you're the patron you worship.
It's the night of the new moon tonight. I feel as though, as much as I am as much as I'm still uncomfortable with the idea, this would be the night we could summon another one of the mightier demons for aiding. We exhausted a lot of our resources taking this city, and he just kind of gestures at all the demigods around him, wrecked the fuck out. We're going to need defenses quick before they launch a retaliatory strike.
We don't summon David. Okay? That always backfires on everyone, okay? I don't know about the best that to say, but...
Out of character, Lythander has speech without words method.
I know. But this is funnier.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I just wanted to put that out.
Point out to the audience.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah, the cat is looking around at everyone. Before we do any kinds of long-term magical workings, we may wish to consider triage. What the fuck even happened to all of you? You've been on record as to what happened to you. I'm asking everyone else.
Do I really have to happen to me? If this bit is getting annoying, please let me know. I will speak normally.
I think maybe another sentence or two, and then we've outgrown the welcome.
Okay.
And the cat actually walks over to Gavel first. Gavel, this cat is bigger than you. I'm not sure how much that's activating the tiny lizard brain of. I'm sure you've heard the bit about cats being the ultimate predators, laid down only by their size, being very small. That's why, like, the big cats are so dangerous. Given that you're now smaller than the cat, I wonder how much of the tiny lizard brain is firing into fight or flight mode.
Well, Gavel's fist would probably be shaking, purely out of the fact of her trying to resist the urge to immediately start swinging on this cat.
Unlike before, I should note, the cat is visibly very fucking dead. It is a full-ass Egyptian mummy cat.
Oh.
Before you weren't able to notice it, but as he had to expend a good amount of his essence in order to fend off Madara's mortal garrison from Prasad, he had to dip into his own reserves, and he's looking like shit because he spent a lot of health levels on that too.
Wait, so he's like a sphinx cat?
Yep.
Oh, cute.
A double sphinx cat, one that's also dead. Yeah, in any case. Perhaps it's odd for me to say, but that seems like the simplest issue to fix, you being so small.
I would like any sort of assistance to getting back to my original height, please.
I'm going to spend a mote to have the cat attempt curse-shattering strike.
Ooh.
Remember, that's a universal charm, so others could potentially try their paw, in this case, at it. He would also be activating an Exalted alongside this. Okay, unfortunately, Connie was essence... Oh. Alright, recording is still going. The mic just fucking fell over. God, I need that new mic stand. I'll have to go shopping for that tomorrow. Alright, unfortunately, Connie's essence was higher than this difficulty, so he is not able to break the curse.
Oh no.
As I think what he does is he grabs you with his mouth and one paw and just attempts to physically stretch you back to your former height. That doesn't work.
I have a quick question. Can I ask Connie to reverse the effect?
You would need to do another prayer roll to contact her.
I will do so. I will do anything to help my teammates out.
Alright, fortitude performance.
Save me.
And I think you have +1 dice to all rolls against her because she did put an intimacy of her in you.
7. And you said +1 for the intimacy?
Yep.
So 1 extra dice?
Yep.
7.
Not that it'll change much, you already succeeded. Gavel?
Yes?
Please make an unwilling fortitude close combat roll against the cat.
Fortitude
as you are
close
rapidly
combat.
growing up into it as its mouth is open.
Let's see. So fortitude close combat, you said?
Yep.
All right. So
that determines how destructive this is going to be.
oh boy. And then I gotta do this. 5 successes.
Gavel, in the rapid span of the curse being lifted that you just shoot back up, you accidentally crush one of the cat's paws.
Oh no!
Now, I should note, as a liminal, he's able to just stitch new body parts on there, so he does seem more annoyed than anything else. And you would by now know that they could just staple body parts onto each other. So this is not as bad as it would be for literally anyone else, but it is deeply inconvenient, and he does look deeply annoyed.
Me annoyed?
Yeah. He hacks up a hairball on your feet.
Yes, I suppose I deserve that.
Yeah, and as a secondary issue from the curse, you will be emitting glitter everywhere for the next 24 hours.
Lythander signs to Gavel saying you're welcome. But
Gavel gives a thumbs up to Lythander.
The cat drags itself on its one paw over to Lythander. It just gives you a once-over. Actually, I think the standard blessings of the gods will be fine enough on your end. There is the issue, however, of aura. I don't think time will heal whatever happened to your bones.
May I make a
That's
sagacity check to see
reassuring.
if I can create a mushroom concoction that will deteriorate the stone and the bones to make them more bone-like?
Yeah,
Oh
you
my-
could activate this as part of a wellness restoring meditation, I think.
Yes. And that would be...
Well, just as long as you don't melt my bones.
While your bones are like that, though, the cat walks up and begins using Aura's bones as a scratching post for their one remaining
Ah!
paw.
What? That hurts! I have nerves in those! Oh, the agony!
Oh, the agony. This fish...
Yeah, I'm pulling up the notes for the med's charm now. I do think
Give me my spritz bottle.
I think all of the a bunch of the Azure ones present just dump their canteens on the cat, and he runs away and he rolls away hissing.
Thank you.
Yes, wellness restoring meditation. So you are able to do this in one recovery seed at the cost of changes to aura.
Yeah.
Changes?
Yeah.
What kind of changes, Rexaniel?
Well, first, Korak Annual, describe the treatment method.
Mushrooms.
Elaborate.
So, you know how mushrooms...
You're gonna put fungus in. You're
prone-
going to put fungus in my body.
Yes, I'm going to be putting fungus into Aura's body. That is
Okay.
going to... You know how some plants and fungi will break down material?
Uh-huh.
So it's going to break the material. It's going to not completely destroy the calcium in the bone, but it's going to basically create a nanosuit, essentially. It is going to be tough, but it's not going to be harder to move in it. If that makes sense.
Trust the fungus.
Yeah, the fungus.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm essentially creating a
It's
new
sort of-
network within your body, like I did with Gavel. Except this is going to
Alright,
be
not-
throughout your entire body to soften, essentially, your bones.
No, I don't. No, I don't know. All right, but now I'd like to point out, I don't know that much about medicine. I do know enough. I do know enough to know that fungal infections are some of the hardest to treat in any medical field.
But the
because
fungus
most
knows what it's doing.
Antibiotics are made from fungi,
Yeah, and
so they have no effect on these kinds of infections.
This is also a pre-penicillin setting.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's also one of those where these are magic mushrooms made from your friend.
You put the black mold in me.
Now, the real question is, are these magic mushrooms or magic mushrooms?
So they are non-hallucinogenic mushrooms.
Okay, so you don't have the hell of a boss tripping balls sequence then.
They might, if Aura's allergic, if you want to roll the analogy table.
I don't think we need to do that.
Well, by that I mean, Aura, do you want to be allergic to these mushrooms?
Did you just ask if I wanted to be allergic to the mushrooms you're gonna put in my body?
Yeah.
This is correct, yes.
This is out of character.
Oh, gee, let me think of... No!
I'm just imagining you try to tempt Chills into doing the "I don't want to play with you anymore" thing, and say delete Aura's character sheet.
That's like asking me, would you like to have a tall glass of Budweiser? Would you like both my legs to get run over by a train?
That's an excellent fucking metaphor. I might need to make a promo quote out of this for the episode.
Listen, I'm asking if you wanted a role-playing... If you wanted a role-playing thing. That's all I was asking.
I think the answer is
yes.
no, but there probably is going to be some...
I appreciate you postulating the question if I wanted to get the roleplay thing going on. However, I feel like that could potentially cause way more problems than the roleplay would be worth. Like, let's think here. You are putting mushrooms in my bones.
Yeah.
Me being allergic to the mushrooms would mean that I would get blocked everywhere. My circulation, fucked. My airflow, fucked. My nervous system's fucked. I'd be dead.
Do you know there's different types of allergies, right?
No.
Yeah. Like the allergy of you get high.
This is also a fantasy setting. We could say that your fucking essence meridians or chakras are having a hallucinogenic reaction one time briefly that will flare down later.
Your chakras are exploding.
If it is just a hallucinogenic thing, then I could be down. Then I'm down with that.
That's what I meant.
If you want me to go into a hallucinogenic episode, then yes.
I
was only concerned about the possibility of you causing blockage in my veins.
Understandable, but the physical side effects of the treatment would probably not be any hallucinogen episodes. Those would be a side bonus.
Yeah.
I do have an actual suggestion for what change some of those changes could potentially take.
Did you notice that I have essentially made my two allies into my children?
Is that because you keep putting mushrooms in us?
Yeah.
Fair enough, I suppose.
And you don't know that I would be able to control those mushrooms.
I think that the changes that these would it's not the horns that wouldn't fit Aura's aesthetic.
It creates a halo horn.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
Wait, no, I have an idea. It creates a fairy circle on Aura's arm.
A fairy circle?
Yeah, it's a group of mushrooms.
Maybe
like a small.
Maybe the base. Let's leave the decision up to the player.
Yeah.
Chills. If you want there to even be a visible side effect, or if it's all internal skeletal shit, like we have an X-ray and there's a mushroom on your spine or something.
I mean, how do I swing this?
With an axe?
Fuck it. One of my, I get a mushroom eye patch on one of my eyes.
Huh.
So is it a
Interesting.
mushroom flap covering your eye that you can pull down?
Like Dragon Guard 3-0, but instead of a flower, it's a portobello or something.
Now, confusingly, you could still see out of that.
That's a little eldritch, but I'll take it. I'm chuny enough to make it work. Let's do it.
No, you could just pull
Over
the flap down or up. It basically replaces.
If it's a
one
flap,
eyelid.
then yeah. Yeah, you could use that when sailing. Or are you saying it grows out of the eyeball itself? I guess it's Chills' case.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's like just over the eye. Essentially, just over the eye. Just
okay. It's
is
a fancy
essentially
eye
as an eye patch.
Okay.
So, do you want the treatment or not, Aura?
I don't think you know what the side effects would be, but that would work.
Well,
Would you like me to
in
treat
terrible
you,
pain.
or would you like somebody else to treat you?
Well, I'm in terrible pain already, Lythander. I've exhausted enough options to.
It's at this point when Drew Hugh
accept the
walks by with a
possibility that you
giant
might
bucket
be
full
my
of.
only hope at
Drew
this
Hugh
point.
walks by with a bucket full of magma. I might have something if you want to drink this lava.
Would you like to drink lava, or would you
Wonder-
like to become... Or would you like
Lava?
lava, or my form of...
Mushroom.
I don't tell you it's a mushroom, I just say my form of treatment.
The most cursed kitchen nightmares episode.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Lythander, you don't need to tell me that it's mushrooms. I know you. I know it's always mushrooms with you.
Listen, they solve everything. Have you noticed that every person's brain looks like a
Yes.
mushroom and acts exactly as a mushroom? Have you seen the spindly bits that come from the top of it, like the roots of a mushroom?
Have you ever considered the possibility that perhaps the way we described the mushroom was inspired by the way we understand the brain and not the other way around?
But did you know that the humble mushroom existed before human beings?
Put the mushrooms in me, Lythander, please.
You don't want to try... No, you don't get that anymore. You drink the lava.
Alright, if we drink the lava, then, that will still recover, but it would take the 3 recovery scenes, so it would be a slow recovery throughout the entire episode. And it would also be fucking agonizing.
Unless you apologize to me right now.
For what?
For disrespecting my craft.
When in the world did I...
You just said...
I just asked if you considered it. I wasn't trying to correct you.
And yet still less of an asshole in regards to treatment in the doctor house.
Fine, I'll treat you, if you want.
Thank you.
Oh, Gavel!
Yes.
To rip the mushroom out of your spine.
Don't you dare. I'm already short. I don't want to lose movement of my legs again.
You're no longer short.
Oh, yes, that's right.
You're welcome for that.
Indeed.
In fact, the fancy Ligear Hell shoes actually add an inch to your height.
Let's go. Sorry, was so used to the shock of everything hurting that I kind of forgot about that.
At this whole time, Drew Hughes just slides closer with the bucket of magma. This is still an option, although I can't make promises about the pain. It will work, but...
How much pain?
No, so
excruciating.
Here's the thing. Your legs will still work. I just needed a sample of the mushroom that I put in you. Not all of it. Just a sample.
Gavel reluctantly shows her back to, Lythander.
And Cheap Trick immediately jumps off.
Lythander will look at it, see his craftsmanship, and then go and not touch anything and go and heal Aura.
Just imagining Gavel in that same pose, just facing the wall, waiting until realizing that you were just fucked with.
I never said I needed the mushroom, Gavel.
Ugh.
Lythander now has Gavel's shape.
I already had it.
Oh.
Indeed, from the punching it out of 100 Venom Stinger from the April Fool's Day episode.
This is probably a good opportunity as any to move on to the demon summoning that you mentioned wanting to do.
Yes.
Please describe second circle demon, I presume. Please describe the category of what type of monster from the underworld you seek, or no, the underworld and hell are separate places. What kind of demon you want? What kind of function? What kind of combat prowess? Do you want a general? Do you want a strategist? Do you want a defensive wall? Offensive?
Let's go with strategist. I don't think a strategist would be a bad idea in this situation right now, considering we just got done with a massive battle.
Okay. The first thing that comes to mind is our good old friend Obscura, but as you're starting the summoning process, you realize that she's already booked. Through free use of the Unwoven Quagitator, she's still bound to Nemen.
That's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. And to break those kind of bindings would require even more specialized magic than what you have.
Goodness.
Give me a moment to think of, I really should have written more about this perspective demon. I thought you would get a beat stick, but I think I have enough in my brain meats for a, perspective, for a perspective war main. Goddamn microphone keeps tipping over, but at least it's not breaking the recording or anything like last time. Technical issues abound. I'm sorry, Patchy. I do think that in the midst of all this, some hours pass. You all have enough time for your extended healing factors to kick in and begin healing your wounds. At some point, a bunch of small a duo of small children approach Lythander as you work and continue to cultivate an aura. Excuse me, you're a lunar, right?
Lythander.
There is a funny option of Lythander just completely ignoring these precocious children.
Sorry about that, I dropped something.
Understandable. A bunch of kids just came up to you mid as you were working on aura and just asked who you are.
Oh, I am Lythander the Seething Moon.
Oh yeah, you're the moon man they warned us about. Hey, can you curse the school bully?
How much you paying me?
The two of them look at each other. I have a single tiny worn coin is pressed into your palm.
I put it back in their hand. That's not the payment I require.
The kids turn to look at each other. I could make you breakfast.
Now that's the payment there.
Oh, goodness.
All right.
And I look at them and say, I can be literally anything if you want. Like, if you feel like you want to just give me a piece of bread for breakfast, that is okay. That does actually fulfill the deal.
They would put out the full stops for you and make the full Mother's Day breakfast platter.
Okay. But it's still one of those where I am just letting them know, though. Like, it is not a... Like, just so that they don't feel like they're not cheated, but you know what I mean, right?
Oh, yeah. And in the meantime, I figured out what demon you're going to be calling.
Is it Cthulhu?
Not too far off the base, actually. Gavel, there is one demon that comes to you as you consult the demonic libraries that is potentially useful because it is the contact of a second circle, it's one of the subsouls of a third circle who owes you a favor.
Ooh.
Remember the Orochi?
Yes, vaguely.
I remember.
Via summoning one of
their butt?
You're thinking of Orabilis.
You're right.
The Orochi is one of the more prominent souls of Isidorius, the black boar that twists the skies. The Orochi was briefly summoned when you guys repelled the wild hunt successfully, and he gave you the quest of finding out why all the demons in Malpheus were suddenly turning mortal. And you did. So he owes you. And because of that, if you summon the strategist demon that would be fitting of this, one step in the summoning venture automatically is successful.
Ooh. Alrighty.
Let me pull up the rest of the PDF to find the other steps, because the who to call is immediately free, as the invitation is pretty much extended to, you effectively get a demonic business card projected into your brain.
Who are you gonna call?
This person Somnia, the sailor at the borders of the mind.
A Sailor Moon?
Somnia.
Somnia. The defining soul of Orabilis. She drifts at the edge of sleep and death, as such things are wont to do, and in doing so, she wages war against... And in doing so, she wages war against the structures of man and their own limits, seeking that she may bring them low in order to force them to build anew. She's effectively the concept of inspirations through nightmares. As such, she knows quite a bit about people's dreams, given that she kind of interfaces with them a lot as a dream demon. She's effectively a less fucked up Freddy Krueger.
That's
Gotcha.
fucked up.
And she actually is an up-and-comer specifically because of a major Octavian-shaped hole that was left in Hell's hierarchy.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, she has been able to maintain a solid claim via using humans as her soldiers instead of demons. And while almost any human would normally lose against demons in a fight, humans actually have a few laws because of Hell's fucked upness and a bunch of the concessions to civil rights that one solar in Hell was able to wring out of the demon princes when he broke into their palace and forced them to sign a treaty. So, yeah, Somnia, the sailor at the edge of consciousness. Seems like a pretty good call, unless you want me to go back to the drawing board and go back to the Lythander doing children's haunting shit.
Honestly, that sounds very Gavel core / me core, so we'll go with that one.
And would
We'll go
also
with
fit into some
Somnia.
notes I have for Aura later in the plot. Alright, so the card is presented in your mind, and because you effectively get a brief psychic communication line opened with the Orochi. You have fulfilled your end of the bargain, now I shall fulfill mine. I would send her to my side myself, but unfortunately, via the laws of summoning, you must still make the connection. However, I will ensure that she follows the terms of the war that you wish to wage to the letter. And now the compact is complete.
The compact.
Fuck. Parnets. This is where I saw my Parnets die, Lythander. Parents. Parnets.
Parnets.
Will Parnet.
Oh, goddamn microphone shit. It's still recording. I just need to keep perpetually fucking readjusting it. Okay, yeah, this should work for now, at least. It's actually in the sorcery section for the rest. So you have the name of the demon. Now you need to make a big-ass summoning circle. And I have a suggestion on where the summoning circle is.
Okay.
You could draw it, like, in the midst of the Ashen One's bunks. Just literally,
goodness.
have a giant troop sleepover among your hundreds of soldiers. Just have them sleep in a specific arcane formation to summon this lady.
Yes, we will have all the beds / all of them.
what if we put
Just
our Minecraft
basically
beds
forming a
next to each other?
giant.
Yeah, effectively, that's
summoning-
what you're doing.
Yep, let's do it.
All right, that's gonna be a difficulty.
15.
That's gonna be difficulty 3. Sagacity or war roll in terms of troop organization.
We
Trivial,
will do-
but like we saw with that infernal psychic attack earlier, there is a chance of failure as always.
Indeed. All right. So, what was the attribute for that?
Finesse and war.
Okay, finesse and war. Please. 5 successes.
It's difficulty 5, so you do so. With the overflow, you can increase the allies' dice pools by 2 on success.
Yes.
In terms of giving her a lot of dreams to snack on. I kind of imagine that, like General Abigail actually directs her troop. Okay, now it's very important to everyone go to sleep in preparation for bad dreams. You, eat as much cheese as you can find. You, stay up too late. You, drink this melatonin.
Cheese tack.
Gavel pulls out a book out of her back pocket and gives it to one of the higher ranked soldiers who are in the injured tent. Make sure to read this.
I'm just imagining Gavel pulls out a copy of Goosebumps.
It's gonna be Gavel's favorite horror short story.
Ooh.
Oddly enough, probably not one from Malvius itself. Malvius actually probably doesn't have too much of a horror story circuit on account of, being hell.
Yeah, at that point it would just be redundant to write something like that.
Yeah, a drama story, like a horror story in hell is just what they call dramas.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or nonfiction.
We call this a J-drama.
Next step here is going to be the specific task instructions. Because of Orabilis' help here, you have double 9s on this roll. Or not, or the Orochi's help. So that's going to be Sagacity or War difficulty 5. With any attribute. Meanwhile, as this is going on, Lythander, what kind of horrible curse do you want to land on this preteen?
The curse of farting when you need to talk to a beautiful woman.
That's very specific.
Oddly specific, and I'm not sure that would be normally something in your power set.
Fine. For them to have terrible diarrhea if they were to eat cheese.
Okay, you remove their lactose tolerance.
Yes, with mushrooms.
Alright, yep. Mushrooms can do anything, as we've established. Gavel, go ahead with that finesse plus war or sagacity.
Yes.
With
Finesse.
double 9s, thanks to the Orochi's aid.
With double 9s. Actually, what's the difficulty for this, or did you not say?
It's difficulty 5. Actually, double 8s, because it's a third circle demon doing this. They would be all the more effective at administration.
I will spend 1 mode for an excellency. Let's see. So let me double check.
Also,
Yes, okay.
please tell me that the bully is a dairy farmer or lives on a dairy farm.
Double 9s was pretty fucking important in this case.
Yes.
No, they appear to be the son of a dock worker.
What's a good curse? Somebody give me a good curse idea.
Of what to inflict.
Double remorse, 3 times self-loathing.
Oh.
That's just real life for me! Alright, that was difficulty 5, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes. So, you get to get a bunch of shit for free overflow, including, for 3 successes, you can allow for free materialization, so the demon doesn't have to blow half its moat pool. You can also increase the service time to pump it beyond just this war and into the final arc, because this is the penultimate arc of FateBreakers, effectively. Or you can allow... Oh, you actually can't get additional qualities. That's 5 successes. Do you want this demon for longer, or do you want to have them come to make material for free?
Wait, do we want them longer or for them to come? Okay.
Oh my goodness. Let's have them for longer, I would say.
Okay.
No come?
Able to trek in a clause that their service lasts until you bring down the final glimmer of fallen stars.
Yep, just in case.
Alright, and now is the final roll at difficulty 6.
Alright. Same attribute and ability?
This one is sagacity.
Okay. Do I actually have a... No, I don't. Okay.
I will have Stargazer roll an aid action for you.
Thank you.
It's only using his secondary pool, but it's at least... What the fuck, Stargazer?!
Oh, no. Oh, wait.
You got 7 successes on 8 dice, holy shit!
That's incredible. Goodness sakes, Stargazer.
Gavel roll, add 5 dice.
Okay. Excellent. 4 successes.
Hey, it's a good thing he added those dice.
Yes.
I'm assuming those are the pre-Stargazer editions.
Yes, they should be. And
Okay.
then you said 5 dice?
Yep.
Okay. Please.
4 successes of 13. Okay, so that's... Yep, that's...
3
that's a
additional
success.
successes.
For once, you didn't fuck up the summoning.
Thank goodness.
All of your past summonings have been flawed in some way.
And this
Finally,
is
this
the only
is the
time.
true character growth.
And it's the last
Goodness.
summoning.
Gavel
we'll
summoning
ever
a
do.
demon without something horribly wrong happening.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible thing happens. Lythander has intercourse with it.
All of your men, in the midst of their sleep, expel technicolor fog from their mouths, varying by color depending on a criteria you can't quite observe from all of these troops. And the fog, over the course of the new moon in the summoning circle over the Teds, coalesces into a human-ish figure, except for the fact that from the waist down they have a boat instead of legs.
Oh.
Their body is slim and feminine, looking very much like the prow of the figurehead of a ship brought to life, with very ornate, bejeweled horns growing from her brow in the orientation of standard devil horns, and her eyes, instead of having human eyes, you just see the sea.
I see.
Oh. So this is what you were getting at.
Mm-hmm. She cracks her shoulders and looks out at the dreaming sea. Ah, my beloved, it's been quite some time, she says to the sea, looking out at the ocean.
Yep.
Yeah, the stargazer just kind of snaps his fingers. Down here, ma'am. I'll get to the summoners in a moment. Let me first. And actually, she's going to spend a mote to measure the wind on the dreaming sea, and her face contorts in disgust. My love, what have they done to you? Oh, this won't do at all. Summoner, once we're done with your request, I demand we go to the dreaming sea.
Why?
There is a pollution in those waters, a stench of death.
Is it named 100 Venom Stinger?
She would know if you measure the wind. No, something worse than that.
I'm surprised that's even possible.
In any case, and she actually communes with her first circles for a moment. It seems as though you were headed in the direction of her anyway, so this is less a
lovely.
demand than expected.
Is it Connie?
So that's what this is about. Great.
Yeah, it's about the Death Lord.
Oh, the thing that we were going to fight anyway?
Yes. Yeah, she
Yeah.
floats down to roughly eye level and looks at you. Given the orders from my progenitor soul, I take it you have summoned me for a spycraft.
Any sort of strategical assistance you might be able to offer in rendering low our enemies, for the glory of the Yozi.
I take it these enemies would be the dragon-blooded of this area?
Dragon-blooded. Additionally, we will have many Sidereal agents to deal with as well.
It's interesting that you mentioned that, as I myself, before this summoning, was at the dojo of Saturnical, studying some of their arts.
Hopefully that will come into use later on.
And as a warning, I was able to glean from those practices, all of the mirrors in his dojo turned black. As the summoning was occurring. Such a premonition is indicative of perhaps, as this was happening during your summoning, I think it was telling your future. And this means you are going to go up against someone wielding the Obsidian Shards of Infinity style. Go ahead and roll Fortitude plus Close Combat to see what you know about the Obsidian Shards of Infinity style.
Oh, great. Okay.
And this could go for anyone.
I'll throw my hat in the ring for this. 0. Game was a botch.
That's a botch! Holy
That is-
shit!
Yep.
What does the spider plant have to say?
Let's have the spider plant roll, actually. Because he will spend an excellency on this. The issue would be being communicate what he learns. Spider would know that it's a sidereal martial art, but beyond that, he knows very little about what it can do. Gavel, this sounds more like a normal martial art to you, to be honest. Dangerous in
Yes.
combat, sure, but it can't be that bad.
Totally.
Alright, so after a brief verbal beat, she will continue on the speech.
What do I need to roll? Close combat plus what now?
Plus combat, plus any attribute to see what you could glean about this fighting style. And this could go for aura as well. Actually, I would allow rage combat for aura, for fighting style premonitions. Against a sidereal martial... it's a sidereal martial art, probably, Lythander?
Question, do I get a bonus because I memorized the book?
Yeah, add an extra dice.
Fortunately, I wound up rolling it. What?
6.
Okay, both you guys would know enough about whispers of legend and interacting with sidereals enough that the first two words that come to mind are and oh. Uh-oh. Out of character, Obsidian Shards of Infinity is one of the most infamous sidereal martial arts in Exalted's game line. In prior editions, it had the charm Breathing on the Black Mirror, which is what I would describe as a literal I win button.
Oh.
That charm was not ported to Essence. What was ported to Essence is all the other nightmare shit you could do with that. It's real fucking strong. Border of Kaleidoscopic Logic had a lot of beat sticks in it, but you could do some fucking mean shit with Obsidian Shards.
Is it kind of like my butterflies?
If your butterflies were on meth.
They are.
More meth. Super meth. Celestial cocaine. Oh, speaking of which, celestial cocaine is a real fucking problem in heaven. That's
Why does
also
this
a
not
canon joke.
Why does this not surprise me?
It really doesn't, yeah.
Super hot.
Yeah, anyway, Somnia folds her hands on top of her boat section. Spends another mote to commune with her first circles. Another thing I can immediately tell you as I am settling into creation for now is I've sensed the presence of an old enemy of mine on her way here. How much do you know about Alat? And this would not require a roll. That's the southern god of war.
Oh.
Not a lot.
Heyo. He is arguably one of the strongest gods in creation. Not in Yushan. That's a very different ballgame there entirely, but in the prime material world, or as you might call it in other games, Alat is one of the heaviest hitters on the continent. However, Alat also should not be able to interfere because gods aren't supposed to do much in regards to mortal affairs like this. Yeah, so after that sinks in, Alat, yes, after all that's been taken care of, I'm not sure how much you know about Alat's dalliances, shall we say. The man leads the most powerful polycule in creation.
Oh, no.
He has numerous wives and husbands, as the spouses of Alat, I believe they are called. In prior senses, they were brides. But I have heard recently that he has begun allowing some men after coming to realizations about his bisexuality. Happy Pride. And first among all of these is the first of his wives, who has become an exigent of him. And she has been a thorn in my side for quite a while. she is very, very frustratingly good at her job. Out of character, she has access to multiple war charms across multiple splat types.
Oh.
Mechanically speaking, Exigents can pick and choose types of Exalted charms from other splats so long as it suits their themes. And as the chosen of a god of war, she has access to a bunch of shit, including solar war charms.
Huh.
Not that you guys would know that in character. This just seems like, hey, they called a really powerful Exigent here.
Right.
In addition to that, there is the matter of the overgrown lizard they have. I've heard tell that he has already found a new spirit to co-host with. I have heard, pray tell, from my little dreamlings that you are able to drive one of them out from his body. Unfortunately, he has since found another partner, a stronger one. I don't think it's a lot himself, of course, but there's a matter of danger there as well. It's not... I do not have all negative news for you, though. A non-human dream has reached the shores of my mind, and you're going to want to keep an eye open for the docks come morning. I have a limited ability to see the future, primarily in what those others dream of, and I'm not going to spoil a surprise, but this will be more of a boon than it is a bane.
Okay. At the very least, then, I'll make sure that security is tightened up around the shore for tonight.
Do you have any other preliminary questions or orders for Somnia?
Probably gathering blueprints on if we were to do... Actually, no. Actually, because I think the main Prasad area is too inland for any seaside attacks,
It's Kandahar, so unless you had some variety of sky ships...
Would that be something Somnia would be able to do?
Maybe.
Ooh.
It would require a venture in order to get ready, but given her physical form and her ability to sail the sea of the mind, it is possible that she may be able to enchant a legion of ships as part of one of her secondary powers to sail through the air.
Niue?
Yeah?
I'm going to need you and Somnia here to work together on a little something that might help us with the battle to come.
Need me to, hunt some big sea leviathan for parts or something? I can do that.
That, and... well, there's a bit of... well, since Somnia here currently is part boat, and since there's no...
I'm always part boat.
Indeed, but, and I'm getting to that, since we cannot do a seaside attack, why don't we take a bit of a vertically higher position?
The same kinds of tricks they used on us in their wild hunt.
Correct.
The only other thing, to add to that flavor, I will go grab the volcano man from earlier. I think I saw him glumly walking off with half sipping from that lava cup of his. I'll give him something to do.
Good. All three of you can work together on how we might be able to get the drop on our dear friends in Kandahar.
Nods, walks away. Because Aura hasn't been involved in quite a bit, I will put the ball in their court for what comes out of the ocean.
Come.
I'm assuming that...
What comes out of the ocean?
Walking... When I say comes out of the ocean, I mean they literally walk out of it. Tall, gaunt, and multi-limbed, more than the standard 4 configuration limbs, figures made out of glass and obsidian and metal walk out of the shores wearing... They have some weaponry on them, including what appear to be specially treated flame pieces that still work underwater. And perhaps more importantly, one of them is wearing a little gold badge of office that has Mind-Over-Body Orator's face pinned to it. That would be the Orichalcum cast Alchemical from a while back.
Gotcha, we were supposed to know them.
Yeah. Begin greeting.
We know about this person?
You would recognize the face pin to their lapel. It's like a little pin in the shape of their face.
Oh. You mean like those guys like that pin you told me to design?
What? Oh, the character? Yeah, we
Yeah.
can get started on the commissions for that in the coming few weeks.
No. I mean, you remember how?
Oh,
you
no, the
told me to
Lygear pin. It's kind of like that, but with a different man's face. This is of Mobo, the guy who made Gavel's war gauntlets.
Right.
And who wanted to take over El Dorado, but you convinced him not to. Asterisk.
Oh, these guys, right? Oh, and these guys appeared in a dream I had too, didn't they?
I think so, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, Mobo was allegedly the man who would kill you.
Oh, good. And what do they want to do today?
Begin greeting protocol. Identification query. Gentle aura greets the morning day. Affirmative or negative?
Affirmative.
Yes.
Beginning greeting protocol. A tiny compartment opens up in one of their chests, and a cup of tea is extruded from it.
Well, thank you. Honestly, I've been eating. After the day I had, I've been eating this.
It's pretty good.
It's not the best tea.
A little
I've ever had.
lukewarm, but... Yeah, but...
I've had work.
Yeah, it's... In any case, the other... one of the other constructs walks up. You don't need to talk like that, man.
Negatory.
Yeah, literally, that's what they say. And the other
each
construct just rings its
To each their
crystal
own.
ends. Hi, yeah, we're here from... We represent a new founding coalition of nations from the undersea of the Dreaming Sea, come to negotiate with you on behalf of our current regent Mind-Over-Body Orator. We seek to form a mutual alliance against Prasad and other dangerous forces in the region. Correct. Identification necessary. Those present are agents of Tsakul. And I'll go ahead and type that out.
Mm-hmm.
Identification query. Relicts. Okay, let me do the talking, okay, man? I used to be human. I can talk with these guys way better than you.
Error.
Alright. Yeah, it just says error. Yeah, I know. Go get those solar panels ready. We need to recharge. The other one just walks off and just starts on the beach laying out devices that seem like they're very dark in the way that only like photosensitive things can be, with green jade filaments at their very edges, as a bunch of the other like squad of relics just start lining up on the solar panels and sunbathing effectively. They even pull out little mirrors and little beach chairs. The sole remaining relic, the only one who actually talks like a person, just kind of sighs. Sorry about that. Yeah, like I said, we're here to offer assistance and aid. Yeah, mutual, that is, aid. Mobo mentioned something about wanting to return a favor to you guys. He harvested a bunch of feral folk not too long ago, and wanted to send this delegation as a gesture of goodwill, both to here and to the Tiger's Nest Coalition, which it seems like you've done an ample job of building up given where you are. Last I remember, this place was independent, but I had heard whispers from a dragon-blooded visitor that they had conquered Madara. Glad to see that you appear to have thrown off the shackles. Regardless,
Right.
my name is Cullen Bay.
Right. I assume you already know who I am.
Yes,
We had a bit of a hand in helping out the people of Madara evade. How do I put this? Evade their assimilation
Conquerors,
by the people of the Dragon Empire.
Yes, let me clarify where exactly I come from at the moment in this current form. Tsakul is a major sunken city down there. It's full of these, and actually this might be stirring some rumors that you have had growing up on the Dreaming Sea. You've heard of a sunken city near the, not too far off the coastline and in rough distance to Shampur, of a city that was sunk millennia ago, of an alien civilization that transformed their very bodies, minds, and souls into crystal and metal and fragments, and uploaded their souls to the artificial bodies to survive inside the Dreaming Sea, amidst all of the horrors from the wild and other underwater powers of the area. The reason why people keep talking about them a lot is because they have the capacity to transfer souls between different bodies, including between human bodies and their own crystalline robot forms. Before you ask, it doesn't work on the Exalted. You would make the machine explode.
So they're essentially exalted,
Right.
but not exalted.
No, they're weaker asterisk than the Exalted in any front. These are a new underwater civilization faction that opened up diplomatic channels to you guys and is also associated with Mobo in some way. Haven't clarified on that front yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've heard of it. I've also heard of a sunken brain at some point. Though I don't recall hearing about a sunken city immediately to mind. Who was it that told us about that?
Well, you know about El Dorado, of course, but that's a separate sunken
Right,
city
of
in a
course,
much
fine.
more fucked
That's
up
different
place.
sunken city. That's fine.
Yeah,
I sunk it
that's
on
mine.
purpose.
Yeah, Aurora's brain, which last you
Right.
heard had been stolen away by Stinger.
That's a city?
No,
Okay.
but you had heard rumors that Stinger was building a city.
Oh dear. Oh, this is where it comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I may have heard tale or two. Is that what you came here to discuss?
Primarily, yes. We wanted to request your aid in repelling Stinger.
Indeed. There is some. Now I do believe I was on my way to dealing with Stinger at some point. And as a matter of fact, they have something that I need for a particular endeavor.
If you don't mind me asking, what do you need? Are you referring to the grand prize that his troops wouldn't shut the fuck up about?
Oh, depends on if that's what. Well, depends on if it's trying to sort of still my tongue here and decide if I want to tell them that that I am indeed talking about Aurora's brain.
Wait, what? You lost your brain?
No, Aurora is not the same as
Aurora.
Aura. Yeah,
Yeah.
Aurora is the dead incarnate that's been in the background a couple times as a MacGuffin.
And Yolda asked for Aurora's brain as a payment for helping me build the infrastructure for the thing I wanted to do.
Yeah, Ligear, not Yeah.
Or Ligier, sorry.
For
I get
defeating
those
Yolda.
confused.
Yeah, I understand.
We defeated Yolda, yes.
Yeah. Yolda's fucking dead.
Permanently or just?
Permanently, yeah. Sky Sundering Shadow used Spirit Slaying Stance to kill him.
Gotcha.
And ripped the secrets of the universe from his skull, too.
And didn't I steal part of that too?
Yeah, you stole the most important part that she was actually after, which is how the world was physically assembled with the poles as anchor points in the wild.
And how did that go again?
Well, you still have it. It was a fucking bitch to internalize, but you still know all of that shit. In any case, I don't know much about it myself, aside from it being some sort of large organism. Or part of one, at least. By the way, do any of ask if any of the Ashen Ones seek to trade their bodies. I was told to relay that order if they wanted to do a hardware swap, as it were.
Oh boy.
And she just kind of gestures down at her effectively crystal robot nightmare form. These are deadlier than... Well, I'm sure they look fairly deadly, but the point is that a relic at war is quite an effective weapon. And we are offering a small detachment of combat in regards to aid. If you wish to send some of your men down to our neck of the woods, we can do a temporary swap in regards to buffing your forces. And this could be when everyone else shows up if they want. Now, because you were told that some people would be arriving at this site.
Mm.
You come to see a bunch of fucking robots sunbathing.
Oh, hey. Guess you guys have been enjoying that I didn't know you guys had a vacation plan. Seems like my kind of operation.
Yeah, you're seeing the giant boat woman floating behind them as she just says, actually, they arrived a little bit ahead of schedule. And I will say that Somnia does make eye contact with Lythander and says, oh, for the record, as I'm making eye contact with you, I won't fuck you.
Lythander's not here.
That's good.
Oh, okay, never mind. Then.
In the boat already.
Well,
Oh no!
regardless.
Roll
Regardless,
fortitude stealth.
That certainly seems like a good enough offer, making some headway into the situation with Aurora's brain. In the meanwhile, though I would require the grand prize as recompense for the help.
See, the issue is that I'm still not entirely sure what this grand prize they were discussing is. Regarding several of the other relics discussion, that it may be referring to a handful of things. He recently discovered a backdoor into a place called Zenmu. And he has been there and back again since then, returning with several items with him. Yeah, the main reason they called is that we think he's going to try and conquer our home.
So, what happens with my stealth roll?
Let me counter stealth roll. You're hiding within her boat for now. She will eventually find you. You only have minutes to do some kind of fuckery.
I just want to be in the boat. Like,
Okay.
I'm not even in this boat.
Oh, you're in the bottom half of the boat that is her body?
I'm in a boat.
Well, that's the only boat around right now because these robots walked out of the fucking ocean.
Strange. Why am I on a boat? Why is it sailing away?
Because the bottom half of...
Lythander was been kidnapped.
Oh no.
Kidnapped by his own idiocy. As a note, our bodies, of course, don't need to breathe, but we do have access to a bumper crop of water growth, of a specific kind of plant that allows for being able to temporarily breathe water. The issue being that you need to vomit after you get surface side again. Yeah, the water has to get out one way or the other.
One way or another, I'm gonna find.
And that's part of why I upgraded to this body, because it's much better than one made of meat, to be honest.
Well, it certainly seems convenient. Does come... I mean, I suppose every body does come with its own individual limitations.
Yeah, the game of souls, it's unfortunately as much of a lottery as anything else. Even if you are able to engage in someone whose body you wish to take, often you could get shunted around and have to do the goal musical chairs thing. Oh, right, the other the other issue on this front is that actually, you know what? I believe I could put him on the line myself. One moment. As she raises the pin on part of her body and just kind of holds it in a crystal talon, as a hologram of Mind-Over-Body Orator projects from it. Currently, he seems to just be brushing his teeth into a mirror you can't see. Ah! I really would have appreciated a little bit more of a time. I'm still getting ready for the day. I'm still in a bathrobe. You did ask for me to bring you out as soon as you found her. Yes, I did. Anyway, it's nice to meet you. My name is Mind-Over-Body Orator.
I thought we already knew each other.
I'm reasonably sure I would remember meeting someone with a countenance as striking as yours.
Right. Guess we didn't meet, but we may have met in the before times. Wasn't it? I don't know.
Roll read intentions.
Although I have a hard time remembering faces. Didn't we meet before in like
Aura, roll read intentions. Your choice of embassy or presence. And he is going to be using guarded mind meditation to boost the difficulty of read intentions to from 4 to 8.
Damn, that means I don't make it.
Anyone else want to read these intentions?
Sure. What would I need to do?
Fortitude plus presence or embassy.
Fortitude, presence, or embassy. Okay. I will use a mote for an excellency on this. Please. That is 6, 7, 8 successes.
Something is very wrong. This is the man who made your Urakaukum gauntlets for you. You interacted with him for that whole debacle in the Wild Pocket that Jeffrey came from. He should know who you are. You have a dawning suspicion this man used some kind of magic to give himself amnesia regarding your past interactions.
Oh.
Or at least something happened in regards to his memory.
Right.
I don't think you would realize that he did it to himself. That was me giving the game away to players a bit too early. But he definitely something happened to his memory.
Okay. Something is quite wrong here, Aura. I know for a fact we have met them before.
How come?
Well,
I do seem to recall this person.
Indeed.
Yeah, this isn't of the Sidereal thing where you forgot about him. And via Lythander being in the scene, your memories have not been tampered with regarding this guy.
I'm on a boat.
If you were in the scene, but Gavel also has the same charm without the lunar mode. So yeah, you remember the interactions with this guy of him being a side character in the Wild Pocket thing and helping you with the extra gloves.
Right. Yeah. It definitely does ring a bell. I believe we did this. I remember now. We discussed something in regards to the failed El Dorado project that they wanted to attempt to. They wanted to. How did they put it? they wanted to take it over or something. They wanted to get restarted in some way, take it over. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, I remember just being very peeved at this person at the time, telling him no.
I'm reasonably sure I would remember having a discussion that heated. Perhaps it was with my subordinate LCD. Gavel, that's wrong. You were vaguely there in that when that conversation happened.
I whisper into Aura's ear. That's incorrect. Something is most seriously wrong here.
Right.
I'm sailing
Now,
away.
I am curious if you would know anything about the city specifically, but we could table that for now, given the imminent threats knocking at both our doors.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm sure this fine scholar has said, I have become involved with their city recently and have begun expanding, shall we say. I've taken some mortal supplicants, willingly, of course, from towns and brought them into the city's fold to help it expand and regain some of its former glory. And of course, I've been completely on the table with building out into a protective, better, perfect society. Sakal is not quite the building blocks, but I definitely do seek to give mutual aids in regards to building up a better trading partner. We're forming an undersea alliance, in effect. And I wish to extend the olive branch, as it were. And on that note, I have heard tale that you recently engaged and won several skirmishes with the Prasadi.
Oh yes, certainly, we most certainly have. Although it definitely has not been easy.
Mm-hmm.
I myself am occupied undersea at the moment, but I do have LCD, who I could prospectively send to aid you with some of his own magics. A favor for a favor, as it were.
And the price?
Your souls.
No, he doesn't have... That's infernal magic, not alchemical magic.
Tacos in a burrito combo.
Well, the only payment that I would really require is additional access to your behemoth friend. I seek another load of orichalcum.
Just the orichalcum, that's it?
And, of course, a proper signed eclipse oath that comes with being part of an alliance. Hey, he slipped up there, Gavel. How would he know there's an eclipse present if he doesn't have any memory of talking with Aura?
Alright. Now hold on. Just one moment. You say you have no recollection of us? Truly?
Yes.
I have heard of you, of course, but I'm reasonably sure I would remember having an extended discussion with all of you earlier.
Okay, so then tell me this, if you're so well informed. If there is indeed an eclipse cast among us, which one of us is it?
I'm going to roll a D2, odds or evens.
Evens.
It falls on his side. He says Lythander, the person who's not here.
Come on, Todd.
Well, that would be you, of course.
Gavel puts her does the gamer rant Sona pose of crossing their arms under her chest,
and I'm
just
sure she pops her cast mark. I'm sure.
And then before I say anything, okay, wait, Gavel. Can we swing this?
What you have in mind?
Just imagine you crab scuttle several steps backwards out of earshot as Mobo blinks and realizes, oh.
Can we if we make them believe that you're capable of performing an eclipse oath, what sorts of advantages could we get in terms of the negotiation? Being able to promise something you don't have, albeit a little shaky in terms of the moral implication, is definitely the kind of thing that allows us to come out on top in the case of any kind of altercation. In case an altercation comes to pass and our terms are no longer friendly.
Well, Aura, I like where your head is at. How about this? If you truly wish to spin this whole operation, then how about this? You play the role of my assistant. You'll do all the talking since you seem to be so damned good at it. And I'll be the one
Sounds
to do
good.
and I'll be the one to officially seal this oath.
I'm going
Sounds
to
good.
have Mobo make a read intentions of his own to see if he realizes the jig is up.
I will attempt to enhance some of my.
Oh
things
my
here.
goodness. Hold on. Can I use Shadow Spike Curse on that?
Yes, you can. That would bring
I'm-
it down from 9 successes to 6, and if you could tap an intimacy to shield your resolve or spend an integrity excellency, I think that should counter.
Alright, then I'm gonna use a mode for that, and then, I will use the intimacy. I will trust in my allies.
Okay. I have faith in my friends.
My friends are Kino because I barely have any.
Actually, can I get a request of in Gavel's voice, my friends are my power?
My friends are my power. There you
Thank
go.
you.
You got a clean
Power
rip of
my
that one.
friends.
Nice. Alright, so he may suspect, but he doesn't know that you know that I know that you would cheat. There are Death Note
Indeed.
monologues occurring for both of you right now.
We're literally doing the L looking at light from a side profile.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm guessing after a bit of negotiation, you turn your backs around and go back to Mobo. We don't need to do any oath declarations now. I can tell your anima's not powerful enough to do that.
Indeed. I will have my dear assistant help lay down the terms between our two parties. She is one I trust highly and can no doubt vouch for her validity.
So long as you're there when the actual papers are signed, I see
Of
no
cou-
reason as to why she can't help with the drafts.
Of course, I'll be there to make the final sealing.
Quite. Now, I don't want to bother you with the thoughts of my plans for El Dorado in the near future, as you have quite a lot on your temporal plate immediately. My relic soldiers will assist you, and I can definitely send LCD in order to assist on the war effort on his ends too. He's better on the front lines than I am. Once the matter is settled, though, I would welcome your advisements on the city. Until now, it seems like we've left off and said all that needs to be said, so I will take my leave and get back to my breakfast. Sir, you eat? Well, yes, of course. I don't need to, but I can. And the relic diplomat just kind of looks sad. It's like, I haven't eaten in centuries. I'm sorry to hear that. I'll see if I can find a way to cook something for all of you down there. That might be nice, sir. Thanks. And he signs off. So was there some tension going on between you two, or... Like, that was a long aside.
We have a very good working relationship.
Not according to him. That seemed like an introduction.
If you're wondering if we're together, the answer is no.
My point being is... Did he forget you?
I'm not so sure.
Let me see if I could get the description of the fucking exact alchemical charm that I could reveal to the players, even if, I think only your characters would have a suspicion of what was done.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and read this out as, yes, here we go. This is the alchemical charm that was used. Feel free to read that out as I take a sip.
Subversion Override Protocol. Let's see. Spend one mode and make note of the alchemical's current virtues and intimacies. At the end of the next scene in which any of them have been altered, added, or removed, the alchemical's virtues and intimacies revert to their original state. Intimacies were altered, suppressed, or removed by magic. The alchemical retains full memory of what happened to him, but no longer feels any emotional attachment to those memories. He may freely stop any actions motivated by persuade actions that involved an intimacy that no longer exists, including those agreed to by accepting a hard bargain.
Hey, remember when you convinced him to not take over El Dorado?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
He save-stated his mind.
Oh!
He forgot that he agreed to not do that and now wants to do that again.
Oh no.
I mean, hey, that just means you can trap him the same exact way. Because you forgot how he got trapped.
The issue is that this is his decision to make, so he wouldn't activate it if it weren't advantageous to fuck with his own memories like that.
Like, if that is the reason why he wiped his memories on that, like...
No, he wiped his memories because he really wants to take over El Dorado and didn't want to be convinced that it wasn't a good idea anymore.
So we can just always reconvince him.
Yeah, and then he'll forget again.
He can just do that infinitely, and especially on the same subject?
It costs motes.
So he'll dip for like a year, then come back.
Potentially, yeah.
Question, is there a way to force somebody to... Actually, I have a way to force memory him back at it.
Just shoving it, implanting the memory back in with your memory spell.
Cast a Theft of Memory
That would work.
on him.
That would work. The issue would be actually executing it.
Lythander has no idea what's going on, so...
In any case.
I'm on a boat.
Yeah.
I don't know where the boat's going.
Lythander. The man driving this boat seems oddly familiar. Hey, perfect archive memory. This is that one Dragon Blood water aspect who was hinted a few sessions back to be spying on the city after we took it. Let's see if you can identify... What shape are you using?
My own.
Oh, in that case, he would recognize you.
Is he going to pass... He didn't pass the stealth test.
You're right. Yeah, let's have him make the secondary spycraft roll with using an excellency.
Let's see.
You rolled 6, I believe.
7.
All right, and he's not able to see you. Although he's not saying anything is the thing. He's just kind of rolling out to shore, just kind of humming to himself as he is using wind-carried words. Do you have any means of magical eavesdropping?
I believe I do.
All right.
I'm pretty sure I bought that.
Like the Super Sense charm or something, or?
I think, where is it? Actually, I don't think I do, no.
You might have an Exalt milestone banked if you want to spend that on the, enhanced sense. Okay. Because without that, you're not going to be able to try and breach this guy's, wind-carried words for espionage.
I am going to, drop the anchor on him.
Okay. So he says something in a coded message back to Kantahar, but not fast enough for you to vibe check him with his own fucking anchor. Now, I should note, as he falls into the depths, he's a water aspect, so he can breathe underwater. He will survive this. But he got pretty fucking deep out, so it will take him time to get back up.
Oh no, the boat's not moving. I dropped the anchor.
Oh, okay.
Not on him, I dropped the anchor.
Oh, okay. So after a while, he picks back up his oar, and then he wonders, like, wait, what the fuck happened to the anchor? And that's probably... are you going to shapeshift or do another stealth check? Because otherwise, if you're hiding in the... Now, when I say boat, I mean he was riding a fucking canoe. So this whole time, you were doing the comic book hiding in his...
In plain
like, the
sight.
fucking hiding behind his silhouette. Like the Tom and Jerry thing.
7.
Alright, let's have him roll again. With another excellency. You continue using that trick.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. This boat was cheap anyway. And he physically stands up on the water and walks back to shore.
I'm going to grab him.
He gives a very undignified shriek and launches into a martial arts fighting stance you can't identify. Ah!
Where do you think you...
Who the fucker? Wait a minute, it's the fucking Lunar. You were on my boat the whole time?
You mean my boat?
Fuck it, sure, it's cheap. Fine, your boat.
I send him to the Gaul.
That requires time. I will give him a chance to escape, depending on a finesse roll that he.
I will... The question,
Yes.
It requires time. Activating the Gaul is a nonverbal component, so I'm going to talk to him while the Gaul is trying to activate and suck him in.
Make a fucking make a force plus presence roll to fucking trick him.
I will not do force presence. I'll do force plus
Okay, yeah,
performance. And this is going to be 13 successes. Or sorry, we gained an essence,
Not
right?
yet, no.
So 14
This
successes.
does succeed, but I want to hear out loud what bullshit you're feeding him for content's sake.
So, what were you talking about there, Sailor?
Stuff.
What kind of
Stuff that I'm not going to repeat to you, you scheming anathema piece of shit.
Would you like to hear how I would you like to hear the story of how me and Connie made sweet, sweet love?
Who?
Oh, you know, the star what is Connie
Star
technically
Devil.
considered? A star devil.
Or a devil star, but either is accurate.
A devil star.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you don't know what a devil star is? You poor soul. You don't know about something that your country would definitely want to have.
Well, I would appreciate you telling me more. And that's when you suck him into the gall.
Yep.
Wow.
Also, you have his shape.
Yeah. Lythander is going to row the floor.
Okay. Yeah, you probably come in shortly after the hologram turns off, and unless you have any other questions for the diplomat, the robo-dip for Kaylin, she will go off and start recharging with everyone else.
I don't
Alright,
know
well,
who that
you
is,
see
so
a bunch
I'm
of
not
robots
gonna
sunning themselves on the beach.
do anything. Weird, but I mean, I'm weird, so normal.
Yeah, there are a bunch of both normal Madarans in the process of rebuilding after the city was seized. Just glad to all of you and all this bullshit going on, and just immediately walk away. Nope, not dealing with that, not my problem.
Oh, buddies, old pals.
Yeah, Nue walks up. Were you just wandering off doing nothing, or did you have a plan in mind?
I have technically committed to kidnapping.
She just blinks several times like the very confused guy.
I have maybe saved our mission here.
Care to clarify it all, or speak plainly, or...
There
Oh,
was a
okay.
spy.
You should have opened with
I
that.
kidnapped them. Yeah, but it's funnier to say that I kidnapped a spy.
I guess, yeah. Who was it?
It was a water dragonborn.
Water Dragonborn goes through her
There we go.
Rolodex. This was the person who may or may not have been trying to assassinate his own guys of a reason you're only half sure about, some kind of dynastic politics bullshit. Out of character, this was a member of House of Celsi. Fandom would know what that means.
No idea.
And I could explain in character, perhaps later. Where in the Gaul is he imprisoned now that it's been turned into a theme park? Or sorry.
Wait,
Well,
we
the
turned it into a
Crucible of
theme park?
Rebirth.
The House of Mirrors.
That's fitting, honestly.
Oh no.
They're liquid.
Yeah,
mirrors,
he's
too.
been trapped in Jordan Peele's Us.
Oh no.
Even if it's his weakest movie, I've heard it's still very good.
I enjoyed it at least.
So,
He is now
Yeah.
being menaced by Lupita Nyong'o. Ah, I found a gif.
and the most... And do you know what the most messed up part is now
What?
about the Gaul? It's now time. There is no time dilation.
The upside is he no longer has to go through Stephen King's The Jaunt. It's longer than you think, Dad! It's longer than you think! Does anyone want to interrogate this guy, or should we move on to a different preparatory scene of warfare stuff?
Who's our best interrogator?
Probably Gavel.
Oh,
Oh,
Gavel! Oh, I know you love to mess with dragonborns, right?
Yes. Why?
Well, I have just the thing for you. I show the dragonborn trapped in the Gaul.
He's in the this is bullshit, you can't ground Spider-Man pose. Inside the mirrors, inside the ring.
Who the fuck is that?
A spy.
Okay. How did... You know what? I don't want to know.
I was on a boat.
Do you mean the... You
And it
mean
kept moving.
the demon one that I summoned?
There's a demon boat?
Somnus materializes for free behind you. There was a canoe going off in the distance,
There's a
but I
demon
thought
boat?
I thought you had it handled, and in retrospect, I was right.
Hello.
Let me just put this plainly: I'm not going to fuck you like the other.
She wants to fuck the sea, not
That's
you,
what she said.
Lythander.
Yes.
That's what the other one said.
Wait, as in the spy also wants to fuck the sea?
The spy can't hear you, so he cannot comment on whether or not he wants to fuck the sea.
I'm looking at Lythander for the answer for this.
That I
No,
would
the
want
spy
to, or-
does. So you're saying the spy wants to fuck the sea as well?
Tonight's
Yes.
episode of Monster Mates.
Yes, the spy does.
Sea girls.
It's not that far out of the equation for the list, but either way.
Sea boys. No, sorry, sea men.
Honestly, I'm
Right?
surprised there's not a nymph episode yet.
Give it time. Why does everything we come across with recently want to fuck the sea?
I don't know.
Sending that to shit my players say, Tumblr.
I honestly don't know, Gavel.
If it keeps up at this rate, I'm going to have to ask a few of my subordinates for that fire rod they had.
Where are they going to shove it?
None of your damned concern.
In any case, let me know if you guys want to interrogate this fucker, or if you would rather move on to the meat and potatoes of planning the war against Prasad.
I think we can interrogate him next time. Let's get
Sounds
into
good.
let's get into the meat and potatoes of this matter.
All right. A day or so later, after more reconstruction has happened and reorganization, the Ashen Ones, some of who were elected to cover replacement members of the Prasadi regime who were kicked out of the Senate on account of losing the fucking city. There's a big special assembly happening with delegates of the Tiger's Zest Coalition being called, as a bunch of your men have effectively made a space for you to do an announcement of a declaration of war, or whatever you want this to be.
I'd like to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog.
He is, in fact, a bitch-ass motherfucker, but that's not relevant to what this conversation is. Gavel, go ahead and wheel us in for what you want this to be.
All right.
You are addressing the Galactic Council.
All right. Gavel gets up on her little podium, clears her throat a little bit, and stands in her default stationary position. Ashen ones and allies alike, today we set a new path into history. With all of our powers combined, as well as whatever allies we may make further into this campaign, we will now once and forever free the Empire from the grip of Prasadi Imperial invasion. Today, we break the chains of tyranny. Today, we set forth on our path to freedom.
Man, I love that Digimon song.
I promised you all on that fateful day when some of you saw me walking out of that burning church in Yadana. I promised you that I would see a new world for us, and you all brought me in with open arms and glad faces, even giving me the term prophet. Well, I think it's about time I finally keep my word to all of you. Today, on this campaign, we mark the last steps of this grueling journey. And forever, we will free this part of creation from the nightmares and from the erasure that Prasadi would impose on us. Now, I ask you one last time, will you stand with me?
Raucous cheering and raucous cheering around the council room. That seems like a pretty clear answer.
There we go.
Now, I should note, it is not universal. Almost all of your men seem pretty on point and willing to do this, as does a large amount of the Madaran senators and their forces. The Tiger's Nest Coalition seems kind of surprised and taken aback. Like, you got all of Prasad off their backs, and that was kind of what they wanted. Taking a war to their front step is also not quite what they expected. And I think now is a good moment to take a step back from the in-character side of things to say, hey, there's a lot of wars going on in the real world right now. We should probably set some lines and boundaries as to what we want this arc to be.
It is going to be a very much, we're going to make sure that these previous towns can self-govern as their own again.
Right, and I think in prior discussions with you, we've only really expressed interest in regards to taking a sledgehammer to dragon-blooded hegemony and attempting to assassinate their core leadership.
Yes.
So rather than, being a counter-imperialist power, instead perhaps expanding the Tiger's Nest Coalition and giving taking a hammer to Prasadi's hegemony rather than trying to be a conquering imperialist mass murdering power on your own right.
Yeah, no, this is purely gonna be a let's get the people, not
let's smash
under
their
the
Death
thumb.
Star.
Yes, pretty much.
Gavel.
Let's all go to the party.
Aura. Yes.
I need. Remind me again. We had a talk with someone in Malpheus. I think their name was Nemen's Loki. No,
That was their
couldn't have
name.
been. That was their name. That was the person that tried to get me to agree to kill their parents.
Oh no, that was Gnosis.
That was Gnosis. Yes.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So
Didn't we beat Gnosis?
I was wondering.
Gnosis was the wild hunt
wondering
captive, quote unquote.
Right. There's a wild hunt captive in this particular city we're about to go, right? Or is that a later city?
He escaped. He escaped both the wild hunt and then he escaped his nanny that Ed was.
No. I meant their parents is where I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, that was Gnosis. Gnosis tried to weasel you into assassinating his parents in exchange for giving you a pardon at the court of hell.
Yeah, and I agreed to it.
Yeah.
Except I didn't tell him that I was going to do a funny.
Yeah.
That I was only going to...
Did you actually get the... Didn't we get the pardon naturally, though, anyway?
We did get the pardon. Essentially, they forced our hand by giving us the pardon anyway.
Yeah.
And then
Due to a quirk of Malthian law, you cannot reject a pardon.
It's true. And I also attempted to, get him to help us with another thing in exchange as well.
Then things got kind of interrupted when a Sidereal successfully spied on and bamboozled you, which set off his great curse, and then he had to do he had to do a Benny Hill goose chase around Foggy.
Essentially, I was trying to check and see if I could send them a message. If I could sneak a message behind enemy lines to these to Gnosis's parents, so we could try and stage the faking of their deaths.
The issue is assuming that Gnosis's parents would want to work with you on that front. No harm in trying. Well, actually, there might actually be harm in trying. I don't think that Prasad knows that you're going to try and put a hammer on their doorstep to... Just to reiterate, you're not seeking to conquer Prasad. You're just wanting to land in a big-ass hit against them and break a bunch of their imperialist strongholds.
Indeed. Free some prisoners of war, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, out of character, Prasad has several thousand dragon blood working outside of its... working in its sphere of influence. Conquering all of them would be very fucking hard. And would take way longer than the scope of what we have dedicated to this campaign, given the Deathlord threat. You definitely could take a sledgehammer up there, but active Imperial disarmament would take decades of work. A quick and dirty guerrilla strike of counterinsurgencies and the boiling plot of thwarting their imperialist advances, that is very much more doable. And also less morally fraught. Yeah, the Empire versus the Star Wars comparison is very apt here, I feel.
Indeed.
In any case, I do think that after this initial speech and declaration of war, Juhi would come back up, sweat pouring off of his brow, and his anima is almost that iconic. Finish the ships! Oh boy, I need a drink. And when you look out to the harbor, this motherfucker built a whole fleet of ships in a few hours.
Oh.
Lythander is on another boat.
Okay.
Not knowing how he got there.
I'm just imagining, when you do fucked up shit in The Sims, you trap your guys inside of a wall. You could shapeshift the tiny space and crawl out of the cracks if you really want to. Or you could become big kaiju Lythander and just Kool-Aid Man your way through the whole ship. Your call.
I don't know. I'll just, normal size.
Yeah, at some point after this big speech and declaration of war is given, Gavel?
Yes.
When you make a particularly big movement after this speech, whenever you're making a big stride and walking or standing to get a drink of water, the next part when you would make a particularly big motion of your body, something falls out of your sleeve.
Uh-huh.
It's a note addressed from one Farwalker Suhil, the Sidereal you met a while back near Shampur in the Fight Dome.
Yes, okay.
It's addressed to you. Do you open it?
Question, did we pass that check for them?
Which check?
To see if
Oh,
remember
you
that?
both have the perfect archive mind mentality thing. You don't need that.
I don't think Gavel had it
Oh,
at
the
that
arcane
point,
fate?
so I don't.
She's not affected by that because
Yeah.
she's a creature of darkness. All creatures of
Yeah.
darkness are immune to arcane fate.
I'm gonna have Hopkins get over here and sniff the letter.
He growls at it and attempts to tear out a chunk of it with his fangs, unless you'd stop him.
I'm gonna stop him from taking a chunk out of it.
Oh, but it's them! I can smell him on it!
I'm aware. I just needed to know if it might have been trapped or not.
No. The only thing magic about it is how it showed up. No, I don't
That-
smell poison.
That's fine enough for me. And Gavel will open it.
Sure enough, it's just ink on a page.
Cool.
It's a pretty
Did you know that ink on a
It's a
page
pretty
is-
long letter, though. Dear Gavel, let me be perfectly blunt. I do not approve of you making war on all of Prasad. However, it is in me and my colleagues' best interest if you are not massacred, given your plans to deal with a major threat in the region. Thus, while I will not detail all of Prasad's defenses or main threats, I will detail exactly what it would be best for you to deal with on that front. I will describe their ace. I am going to detail their ace in the hole so that you will be able to deal with it without the factor of surprise on their front. From that, I hope that once you have sufficiently disarmed them, you will leave them alone and return back to what me and my colleagues hope we will actually deal with in regards to the Death Lord in the room.
Oh boy.
Prasad, part of what makes them so dangerous is the fact they have a literal mountain of jade at their disposal. That should ideally would be an inflection point that I would deal with if I were you in regards to destroying it, making use out of it, capturing it. That is going to be one of the major factors of Prasad that you're going to want to make a deal with, given that all Dragonbloods resonate with Jade. As I read this letter, you may wonder why I, a Sidereal, am helping you. I am a member of the Gold faction who believes that it is not a good idea to be setting all of the Chosen at each other's throats at all times, and that it may in fact be a better idea for us to work together on protecting creation. Thus, I know even though that you hate my guts, I hope that you will listen to my words in the respect of what you should be focusing on to cause minimal damage to the Dreaming Sea at large, while still accomplishing enough of your political goals to be able to return to fighting on the United Front to protect the world. Additionally, in addition to the Mountain of Jade, there are numerous dragon-blooded commanders who, of course, the Rani Satrap herself is probably going to be one of the major concerns, as she is a skilled frontline combatant and strategist herself. She has access to a very powerful dragon-blooded magic, the pinnacle of their destructive capabilities that she has, can, and will use to flatten cities. She is going to attempt to bring this to bear. Be prepared accordingly.
Be prepared.
Yeah, so effectively this is a Cliff Notes things of, hey, I really don't appreciate what you're doing, but I'm still going to tell you about the big self-destruct. I'm still going to tell you about their Metal Gear. Please destroy their Metal Gear and then return after preferably not killing millions.
I lift my hand. Is this so? This spell does it require verbal? Does it require a verbal trigger?
It doesn't say. It doesn't give too many details about what this destructive magic is, aside from the fact that she has the nuke. She is the nuke.
Because
this is an Essence 5 set.
To this.
Yeah, this was. It was a lot more martial and required a lot less of a charge up, but it was also a lot less dangerous. The Malik doing the Radon meteor drop, I think, is what you're referring to.
No, I'm referring to the warping ability of the dragon we fought a couple sessions ago.
By the warping ability, do you mean making the Gundam out of all of the fleet ships?
No, the ability to just warp things out of the battlefield. That X equals 2 shit.
Oh, the Dragon King's abilities. Yeah, the
Yes.
ability to just cut and paste portions of the map. This is a different thing. He's describing the ruler of Prasad.
Right.
And this
I
is
know. I'm just checking to see if it would require some kind of verbal trigger to activate. Because if so, I can do something about that.
potentially there are a handful of other things on that would be warning on this note, and Ruach would actually be mentioned. We have it on good authority that Ruach has bonded with one of the head gods of Prasad himself. Not sure which one, given that I'm not there in the city. I'm not stupid enough to be on the front lines, otherwise the shepherd would kill me. He would also write in parentheses, the shepherd and Meteor. And you would know who both of those are. Meteor was the red-headed secrets cast who you were able to drive off. Lythander almost killed her, but she was able to block with the sword. The end of... you can now make jokes at all times again now.
Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm. If you are able to
I'm never making another joke in this game.
Oh no!
Saved it.
If you kill Ruach and his possessing spirit, you will leave the Prasadi gods. You'll decapitate the head of the snake. Or at the least, if you are able to kill the god possessing him, killing Ruach, there is a chance you could kill one without the other, and a fully realized dragon king as himself is as capable as one of the Exalted, so that may be more difficult than just killing his possessing spirit. I think...
I'll certainly give it a try. I don't plan to get my bones turned to stone again.
Yep. War
That's for
Striders.
sure.
Prasad has at least one War Strider.
Oh, hey, same here.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, one of your War Striders betrayed you.
I said we at least have one.
Yeah,
War
you
Strider.
did. You can have a Gundam battle, don't worry. All I know is that it is a Jade construction, parentheses, naturally, and parentheses, and that it has very potent close combat capabilities, particularly in regards to anti-army weapons. This has been one of their bread and butter weapons against conquering city-states in the Legion. I think those would be all of the major points of contact that Suheil would be willing to warn you about, because, again, he really doesn't appreciate what you're doing, but if you're gonna do it, you may as well focus on, like, the actually big threats to defang the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I must reiterate that I really don't think this is a good idea. However, if you're going to do this fool's gambit anyway, I implore you to focus on taking care of the following threats so that you can be on your way and have declawed the dragon without slitting the throat of millions along the way.
Right.
Should you wish to return this message, you may send a prayer to the following functionary in my office. Sincerely, Farwalker Suheil.
Okay, then. Let's see. I think Gavel will respond with a message back to Suheil. Let's see. The message would probably go alongside the, or what's it? The message would probably be something about like this. Suheil, thank you for the warnings and for the advice, and thanks for the total confidence that you have in my group's mission. Do you happen to know if jade is flammable or can be melted down? P.S. Whenever you decide you want to bring your punk ass over here, and help out, then you're welcome to join this side of the battle.
He's not going to do that.
Gavel's gonna put up the invitation anyway.
Noted.
Mostly just to call Suheil a punk ass.
Noted. If he does appear in person in any kinds of conflict, it would only be in the final arc. He's not making a personal appearance to help you
That's
guys.
fine. That is absolutely okay.
That would get him in trouble. I do think you would get a response back perhaps a day or two later of the magical materials can only be destroyed by other magical materials or overwhelming force or firepower. Just as like a quick memo sent to your desk as you're fucking eating dinner and a fucking piece of paper slips out of your dumplings.
Oh, come on.
Your fortune cookie.
Yes, literally your fortune cookie.
Oh, it's the fortune cookie message.
Honestly, that's very in genre for SIDS.
It really is. Oh, man. Gavel just takes the little piece out and sees the message. Oh, Josie, damn it.
That's his only response, is that he jotted down something on a post-it note and didn't address you calling him a punk-ass motherfucker. Yeah, there is a brief camera cut to him reading that, rolling his eyes, and just jotting down the response as he is in the middle of some practice katas for his martial arts.
Oh, good. Excellent.
There would also be fortunes in the other cookies for everyone else, though.
Totally normal fortunes instead of the memo Gavel got.
I will, Lythander will crack open a cookie and eat one.
Do you read the fortune, or do you just eat it without reading it?
I read the fortune.
Okay. It says, the following. Luna has an eye out on a new lunar somewhere in Kandahar itself. And that's all the letter says.
That Luna has a what?
Luna wants to pick a new lunar. A lunar exaltation shard freed up, and this is something that you are vaguely aware about, but Suheil has pinned it down to a specific, the capital. Luna has their eye out on someone interesting in the capital.
Gotcha.
Aura, do you want to read your fortune?
Sure. Let me take a look-see.
Don't trust the alchemical.
Oh.
I was already planning not to.
Well, now you have that message underlined in bold in special glowing font and everything.
Cool. Sending them to hell.
Nue would also get a fortune too. She cracks it open and her face winces as it does. She makes the very same facial expression of major regret whenever Ysir comes up in conversation. But then her face just kind of scrunches a little. You're going to want to be at Ysir in a month to clean up the fallout. What fallout? Oh, gods. This is what that robot meant when she said that the Stinger was building up his forces, isn't it? He's making war on Ysir, isn't he? Aura, as you are in the planning stages of this war, I will be back in time for the final assault, but I'm going to need to go check on Palanquin. We left that city alone when we went to Malpheus, and I'm worried the people there are going to get pulled into Stinger's orbit. I'm going to need to be there in order to fend off his forces. Chills?
Sorry, I was fixing something. What's up?
This is to, don't worry, we're closing off shortly, Chills, don't worry. Nue got, in the rounds of fortunes from Farworker Suheil's, like, premonitions and shit, Stinger is gonna try and attempt to conquer Ysir, and Nue is very worried that Palanquin, the town on the giants' backs you guys saved earlier, she wants to go and save the people there because you were there to help already and you don't want your work saving the city undone. So she wants to quickly go to a side quest there before she rejoins you for the assault on Kandahar.
Well, I don't really like the idea of leaving, of having you go all by yourself. If anything, I want to be there with you.
I have a recommendation then. Before you make your assault on Kamthahar, go to the Eye of the Killing Storm and negotiate with Bloodnail. He'll fill the lunar firepower gap. He's the same cast as me.
Of course. I will do so.
And I actually do have an interaction with him in a past life that will... I doubt it will be a surefire hit to get him in your court, but it will certainly help the matter. And she leaves.
That's good.
And she looks around and makes sure that only Aura hears this. She wouldn't mind if you share it with the other Exalted. She just doesn't want like wherever crowd of people you're in to hear this too. Tell him that the passcode. Tell him that the passcode is of Luna's Grant. Tell him that the passcode is the exact diameter, width, and depth of Luna's craters.
All right, I'll make sure to write that down. The passcode is...
And as a note, Solars always know the exact time, and Lunars always know the exact phase and shape of the moon. So this is something that you could just spend a note know, like, hey, what are the durations of the moon's craters and shit?
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. I can do that.
That hopefully will serve as a sufficient carrot to get you on the side. Don't tell him that right away. Don't tell him that right away. Use that as a bargaining chip as he will want to gain access for the weapon he seeks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I do think that's a pretty
smart.
That's a
Got
pretty.
it.
I do think that.
I won't let you down.
Yeah, we should have time for at least the first step of the general war venture. Then, unless we want to end off here with saving one more session in between the war venture, and the next session we'll be negotiating with Bloodnail. For an additional, bringing one more major polity into the factor of the other big lunar warlord around coming in for the big assault. We could leave off there, or we could try doing step one of the venture, but I feel like it is relatively late, and we have a pretty chunky episode as is, so we honestly could just close out here. Unless you guys want to cram in a little bit more time and energy into tonight.
I think we have a good setting right here, since, as you said, next time we're going to be talking with some more folks and getting the first step of the war venture into it, so...
Right, exactly. We may even be able to record next week, just to get a little bit more of a head start on things as we launch into... Actually, I'm not going to say things. Is now when we make the announcement, Alatos?
Yes, I think it is now time. Make the announcement that, yeah, we're bringing back JoJo for realsies.
Wait, what? We're bringing back Tomb of the Red Giant?
Yes, although it's going...
Famous podcast
although we're
from Alatos Diogenes?
Although we are going to Act 2. You closed out Act 1, Tomb of the Red Giant, last time. But we're going...
Oh, man, so you're saying we're gonna get more backstory for Dan Burnley, and how he lied about the entire goal there and might have a secret goal in mind next time?
Potentially. Alongside, you might get some backstory for some other very interesting characters you have met along the ways of Tomb of the Red Giants, but that will all happen in Act 2, Black Hole Melodies.
Ooh. Oh man, I can't wait.
So yes, we're going to be doing that. We're going to be using the Eidolon system to primarily do that, which will mean talking to these lovely lads about redoing their character thing and making sure they still have some progression from all the hard work they did last time.
Actually,
yes.
This is probably a good time to thank our patrons, too.
Our dear patrons.
GB.
And Storm. Thank you both for supporting us. And as Tomb of the Red Giant resumes, we will be putting actual more shit on the Patreon. I will take efforts to upload our episode backlog there. I apologize in advance for the notifications coming to your emails, and I am probably going to start suggesting with Alatos some potential polls for future stuff that you guys might be able to vote on, and perhaps encourage us to put up a little bit of exclusive content for you guys, so you can help us pay for keeping this podcast going. It costs money to edit this.
Indeed.
Thank you all for stopping by. For the start of Act 5 and the start of the penultimate arc for FateBreakers. Next time, the final members of this anti-Prasadi alliance and the beginning of taking a shotgun to the knees of this empire.
Whee!
See you then.
Thank you for listening to FateBreakers. We here at the Action Economy crew are proud to bring you this and other AP content, like Tomb of the Red Giant, the first half of our complete JoJo's Bizarre Adventure AP, as well as Rune Runners, our Icon AP. We'll also have a Patreon by the time you hear this. If you like what you've heard so far, feel free to drop us a little bit of money if you can afford to do so, and we could bring you even more content in the future. APs live and die by word of mouth, so if you liked us, please drop us a follow, like, share, retweet, whatever you can think of to help us out. We are excited to bring you more bi-weekly content in 2 weeks from now for the next FateBreakers, and other episodes time permitting. See you then.